That is not correct.
Government has already said it will soon be seeking to repeal the Property Tax Act of 2009 during the early days of the new parliamentary session. Joseph Tony says the government should not introduce a replacement that would bring further hardship on the people.
I didn't get the impression from the campaign that people were against paying taxes. Of course, the taxes have to be used to, clean the drains around your house, get the things to spray for the dengue fever, cut the size of the road, clean the drains, ensure that the roads are properly paved and so on. Yes, people understand that, but I don't think people want to have put on them suddenly and without just cause such a measure that if it's going to hurt their pockets and hurt their expenditure pattern over the long run. I don't think anybody would want that.
Some critics have said that the government may be reneging on its campaign promise. But in a response earlier this week, Finance Minister Winston Ducaran assured the property tax of the PNM will not happen under his government. 54 persons are arrested for several offences during an all-day exercise carried out by Southern Division police officers. During the exercise led by Senior Superintendent Dular Chan, 28 tickets were issued to motorists who are said to have violated traffic regulations. The exercise was carried out in several southern police divisions and included officers from the Barrackpore, Princestown, St. Margaret's, Monrepo and Moruga stations. Also yesterday, a massive traffic exercise was carried out in the Mova Police District along the Lady Young Road near the Neelan Massey building. 93 traffic tickets were issued and 4 persons were arrested. Police also impounded 4 motor vehicles believed to be stolen, and their respective drivers have been questioned. That exercise was led by the head of the Northeastern Division, Senior Superintendent Lewis. He got help from Inspector Ramlochan, Sergeant Voodoo, and PC Lala, members of the licensing authority, and the recently introduced traffic wardens. Scores of people are said to have been tested for HIV during an activity hosted by the Youth Advocacy Movement of the Family Planning Association. The organization's youth arm put up testing facilities on the Brian Lara Promenade yesterday, the day declared by the United Nations as International Youth Day. Youth officer for the FPA, Francie Bowen, said within the first couple of hours yesterday, several youths and adults took HIV tests. She said this is a good sign and paves the way for other initiatives which are already in train.
Well, so far we've been having a tremendous response in terms of we have over 50 under 25 people visited our booth, and we have about 27 over 25. We have been out here since 1 o'clock, and then I'm sure we'll be getting more as the day proceeds. We have a project going on now called Going Beyond the Walls, where we go into different communities and we advocate, we meet the youth where they are, and we give them education in terms of sexual and reproductive health, because as you all know, that we cannot really go into the schools and do those things. The schools promote abstinence, but we know, realistically speaking, abstinence, I don't want to say it doesn't really work, but we have to educate the young people.
Ms. Bowen said it is important that abstinence is not the only desire of those seeking to reverse the spread of sexually transmitted diseases in the country. She said educating young people remains a critical tool in the struggle. There are reports today that some students have been altering their 2011 CAPE and CSEC results. The Ministry of Education is now warning against such practice, saying it is an act of fraud and a breach of criminal law. CXC's Public Information Officer Cleveland Sam says the council have received reports that students who accessed their results online have been making changes. The Education Ministry has now issued a statement advising the public that alterations, additions or deletions of the results will not be tolerated. It says persons who are found to be involved in such actions will be subject to criminal prosecution. The ministry says the only official and legal proof of results are the preliminary public results issued by CXC, which are distributed by school principals and the Ministry of Education.